Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, today I apologize. I'm starting just like 8 minutes late because I got caught up in one of those ridiculous viral videos of like animals getting pissed off or something like that, and I just got like sidetracked. So let me go ahead and get started. Okay, so here's where I am with my Braveheart picture. I'm going to go over it because it's like when I was drawing it, I was drawing it flat like you see it. And I should have started it and colored it while I was, at an angle. So I'm going to put it at an angle for a little bit and see if I can kind of correct some of the flatness. And then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can work on the brace here. I believe that the picture that I have for the brace is, let me see if I can find it. I think it's kind of like an off brown to black, but I think I'll decorate it a little bit. It looks like he has like some spikes on it. So we'll do a little something with that and see if we can start closing this out this week. I got a little sidetrack doing a picture for a little friend of mine. I'll find out tonight or this morning if he likes it. And the one that I had started on before that I didn't finish because I didn't like kind of how the picture was going, I went ahead and gave that to him because he's got some fabric markers and things like that he can use and go over it. Right now I'm looking for a little piece of plastic to put over. Oh gosh, and I just pushed it away. Wonderful. Okay, let me see. I usually keep it nearby. It might have fallen behind something, so I have to find another one. I hope you guys are well. Shoot, I don't want to use anything that's not plastic. I wanted it plastic so that you can still see what's going on beneath my hand. Let's see, so I'll just have to fetch another one here. Alright. I'm just going to use one of these sleeves that I'm pulling off of one of my old pictures. This is like an old picture that I had done trying to do new characters and stuff like that. That's one, and then one on another side. She was just like a little character that I had drawn, my little anime character that I had done in a book, one of my drawing books, and I thought I could draw her from different angles and stuff. Alrighty, so let me turn this sideways. The face is like crazy important to me, so I gotta make sure I nail it. If you guys would like to speak, I have a little link to Discord at the very bottom, well, in the description, and I'll put it in the chat. It's only good for one session here for today, so at any time, let me copy that. You guys would like to join my Discord and talk to me in the future. There we go. I am pretty much in the chat. I only have one window, so I'm in this chat. I'm muted on Discord, but I should be able to hear you guys. Let me see. Let me go back to my Discord and make sure that one's good to go. There we go. Okay, I'll unmute myself just in case. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're back in action. And if you feel froggy, just go ahead and hop on in. And I'm just going to do some updates to the face here and see what I need to do to get it to where I'm happy. Let's see. Let me zoom in on. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking kind of like the skin tones of one picture and applying it to this one. I just like how the lighting is in a different picture, and I'm just trying to recreate that. It's got more white around the edges. And I apologize, I'm a little bit out of sorts because I went from painting to coloring, back to painting, back to coloring. And so it's like my desk, I just finally cleared off the rest of my fabric paints. And now I got to get back into the groove with my colored pencils. Let's see, I'm going to use this one today. This is, I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't know if it's called Stabilo or Stabilo. It's a white pencil. I usually use it on fabrics, on dark colored fabrics when I'm getting ready to paint those. So I'm going to change the light source here to more of it hitting this way. So give me a quick second. I'll see if I can update this a little bit. Just got to remember the contours. Let me jump out of that. Let's see. I got to zoom out. There we go. I don't want to lose. We'll throw a contour here. And all it's going to do is pretty much like lighten up a little bit. His face is a little dark on one side, which is fine. And in the source image that I'm using, the lights hit it pretty hard on one side. And you can see how it's hitting it like hard right here. I want it to kind of hit hard on the face as well. It just adds a little bit more contour to the face. Let's see. And then looking at the other picture, I just thought it was a very interesting way of lighting up the face. Okay, so sides of the nose will be lit up, including the center, because it's got kind of like a double light source here. And then instead of it being like a hard color like orange or dark browns and stuff like that, it's like it's more of their truer to their flesh tone than it is such a harsh tone that I was using. Just want to give his jaw a little bit more. Just want to make sure that it comes out okay. And so like away from the light here, it starts to get into his flesh tone color. I'm trying to get rid of a little bit of this orange tone. Because before I had it like a really hard orange, really hard yellow because of the lighting. And I'm like, yeah, let's do a little something different. Kind of soften it up for giggles here. And just bring it all back towards his flesh tone. So there will be hints of the yellow and hints of the orange. But it's not going to be just like yellow on one side, orange on the other. So it's almost like I'm muting that light just a bit. Okay. I'm not unhappy with this. Okay, and his lips. Let's see if I can get as close to his skin tone as possible. He's got very thin lips. Let's see. And it's funny, I'm kind of working from about 3 or 4 different pictures to compile this one. Let me make sure my white is clean. Okay, so looking at the source image and then looking at my head, it's not too far off, so just got to get back to looking at Mel. Get used to looking at Mel here. So it's not too bad. I'm fussing for no reason. Okay, his head is long. It's like it's squat here, and then he's got a high forehead. And I think I want to tone it down a little bit, only because he's got like a shadow going, and I didn't account for it. So here we go. We'll throw a little bit of shadow here. And then throw it more into his flesh tones here. Now I also went back and added, what is it called, baby oil to this, because it's been a couple days and it started to dry. And so what I did is I added it to the back, and I muted some of the kilt, because it was really bright looking, really very bright looking. Let's see, I'll get his contours here on the other side of the white. I'll use a few darker tones here just to add a little bit more drama to his face. Okay, enough of the face. Let me finish up the hair. Here we go. And I'm going to try to leave the hair a little bit more abstract. I might be able to... Where'd my sticker go? Here he is. Where'd you go? There it is. Let me see if I can throw a few lines here to give me highlights. And we'll bring some tones in. We'll throw some little strands in there. Yeah, I like this this white pencil here. It really, it's not so much blending in with the colored pencil like my Prismacolor was doing. It is actually sitting on top. And I'm able to give the strands in there a little bit of life of their own. I'm adding some of the brown into the orange here so he doesn't look like he's got like two-toned hair. Like it's actually, I want it to look like it's lit up from behind. Or four-toned hair. Let's color up this braid just a little bit. Okay. And I cannot remember how I patterned this kilt. Wonderful. Dang. What a difference a few days make. Okay, so I know I was using red. I know I was using green. And I think I had started off... Okay, here we go. Got my red, got my green, and got my white. And then I'll probably go back over it with... I might not even need to use black. Let's see. Okay, so we have the basic red tones. Oh, that's gray. I'm looking for black. Let's see. No, that's not the black I'm looking for. Let's see. Oh, is this it? Yeah. Just want to kind of darken up some areas here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the entire thing and give it a give it that shadow tone. Yeah, because of the baby oil, everything is kind of sitting on top, even though I had this under a fan for about almost 4 hours, I think. Because I woke up around 1 this morning, kind of feeling restless, went to the bathroom, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, you know what, let me put a little bit of baby oil back on here because it's not as moist as it was before. And we'll throw some white in there. And put a little green in there. This one has green lines, and this one has white lines. Oh God, I'm a hot mess. Let's see. We'll make it work, damn it. We'll make it work. Either that or I'll look like a little Catholic schoolgirl. Very racy looking Catholic schoolgirl. Let's see, from the Britney Spears School of Raciness. Okay, and let's see if I can find the, there it is. Now this had baby oil on it, and it smeared it nice and dark, and I think I'll do the same thing up above here, but not as heavy as below where it's kind of like fading away. And this will be like why I caution using baby oil, you know, like trying to reapply baby oil onto your image, because it'll smear, it'll take colors and move them around, kind of like this. And but it gives a nice effect, especially since I'm using some of the red from the kilt and I brought it up this way. And so what I'll do is I'll see if I can find like a little background, maybe use a lot of green, make some hills, maybe a sunset of some sort, maybe try to figure that out, throw that in the background, and then kind of mute it up with baby oil. And kind of softens, it kind of softens everything. So I'm going to soften some of the tones. Like, can you get any softer, Kim? Why, yes I can. You see it just moves it all over the place. Just soften that up a bit so you don't see the hard pencil lines. And then I'll just come back with one of my blending stumps and just kind of blend it all together. Well, not too much, because I don't want to lose my definition. I might have to go back and add it, because the blending stump will take a little bit of it away if I'm not too careful here. I still got to do his hand. So let me go ahead and get his hand out the way. Let's see. I'm trying to find my original image where, there it is. He's taking off the kilt. There we go. All right. Now, after all this time, I'm having a hard time remembering what tones I used for his hand, so I'm just going to wing it with the colors I have. Let's see. I'll use a little bit of that. And I know I layered my tones heavily. Let's see. That's not even sharpened, so I didn't use that. I don't need this anymore for the moment. Let's see. We'll use a little bit of this too. Okay. Get these knuckles to stand out. Make sure I'm still in the picture here. Hey, Tattooed Hearts. No, no worries. I was MIA, actually. Yeah, I don't miss her annoying baby voice, but yeah, I do kind of miss her making music. It's kind of like nostalgic. I kind of miss that. Okay, yeah, I know. He's got a 5 head. Um, I could bring it down just a little bit, but I think it'd be, yeah, I think I'll bring that down. I think the forehead kind of throws it off a bit. I think you're right, though. Because looking at his source images, he does have a high forehead. And I think I might have even made it even worse. So let me see if I can bring that down a little bit. I agree. That faux head, though. Let's see. And this should make him look like he's not receding so badly. And then I'll bring the shadows in. Oh yeah, now that's a lot better. He looks like 10 years younger just by doing this and changing the hairline. Let me see how funky it is on the other side. Ooh, he's got a 5 head, but we'll take care of you, Mel. We got you covered. We'll kind of ease it forward here. And we'll just throw more of the strands. Don't want to lose that forehead, though. Can't get it back. We'll throw some lines in there. Hair Club for Men. Now, I also have a Discord. If you have Discord, you can join me in the chat and I can hear your voice and you don't have to type. So if there's that option. The invitation to the chat is in the description as well as in the chat. So it's only good for today. So if you don't utilize it today, you'll just have to wait for another live stream when I post another invite. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, I could spend like freaking all day on it. Okay, lot better. Lot better. Okay, so let me fix this hand. That's not the right hand. This is the right hand. Okay. We'll use the darker tones. This way. Let me see if I can take this and rotate it. Well, maybe I can't. I'll just rotate my head. Okay, unfortunately, this picture that I'm using as a source image is in the midst of my screen, so I cannot see the chat. Give me one quick second and I'll adjust this. So I can see the chat and... and make sure I'm still in the picture. Yes, I am. Zoom in on his abdomen. We'll give him a little bit more shadow. Give him a dad belly. Okay, let me turn this back around so I don't have to crane my head. Okay, so I'll do an overall tone of him. Oh, I use baby oil because these guys just, this and the Prismacolor, the Crayons, Crayola colored pencils, they glide across this stuff. It brings out more of the pencil, and I can maneuver it around a lot easier than it is on dry paper. And I can even show you the difference between dry paper and the baby oil coated paper, but I really want to get through this and get this sent off to Scotland. What it also does is it tones the paper to like a grayer tone. Like this is white, and then this is the paper. So now the paper is now like an off-white to a gray tone. It also makes the paper transparent. So like if I draw a picture and I want to trace it, I don't have to use a transfer paper or anything like that. I can use I can go directly onto my image. Where are my pencil sharpeners? Hey vey. Okay. I need my pencil sharpeners. Give me one quick second. I think I tossed them at the bottom where the colored paints and stuff are. I need more room. I think of course it's at the very bottom. And then everything's going to fall out, and then I'm going to get pissed. Yeah, I need better containers. Oh, yeah. Okay. I apologize for not being prepared. But yeah, if you've seen any of my videos, Tattooed Hearts, you know that I use a lot of baby oil. It just really changes the texture of the paper and of the how the pencils react. It's like they have a tendency to blend, but they blend even further with the baby oil. And I cannot find my I got 2 damn pencil sharpeners. I can't find either one. They're both sitting in plastic, so I could just put my shavings in there. Oh, yay! Kudos to the piggy. I found it. It fell out of the box. I hate that this doesn't have anything to catch the shavings, but you know, it works good, lasts a long time. Alright. There we go. Yeah, well, some of us use babies as adults. Not very well. Anyway. Babies as adults. Let me stop. I have no comeback for that. You're not supposed to out naughty me first thing in the morning. Okay. That's it. That's the whole point of this. That 5-head made him look immature in a way. In a way, yeah, but now he's a little bit sexual. He's got a little bit more going for him. Well, once you go in, you just can't come back. Yeah, so he does look a little bit more. I think he looks younger at this stage, but I can't do anything about it now. It's there. Let's see. Yeah, that's what the point of this is if my kilt offends you, I can always take it off. That's the whole point of it. So let me go ahead and finish this hand up. Yeah, there's a meme that I had saw, and I'm like, oh, that is perfect for this. And honestly, it started out like it was going to be a nice, wholesome picture, and I just had to do my thing. But this is going to start a theme, a little mansploitation action, because I just don't get to see enough hot guys, I guess, being drawn on YouTube. I mean, I saw one, but I don't know. Get a better mother. I think the receding hair and losing hair is attached to the mom's side, not the dad's side of the family. So blame your mother if you lose your hair. It's her side that did it. Okay, I'm losing his hand a little bit. I know Prismacolors will blend regardless, but what this does is it takes it a step further. It makes it super blendable, super, God, it just takes it to a whole nother extreme. Yeah, once I discovered baby oil, and I think it was from watching someone's YouTube channel. They used it as a something to blend with, a solvent to blend with. And the thing I hated about it was that if you only used it in one spot, it became splotchy. And I was like, well, why? And then I started questioning. It's like, well, why don't you use it in more than one place? I found that if I just used it in one area, it would end up being, like you'd have a black smudge. Or you see how what's happening to this right here? That's what would happen to the picture. Like on the picture, it would dry, and you would see all of this little spots and stuff. And I thought, how freaking annoying. So why don't you just coat the entire thing? And I'm like, oh crap. And once I coated the entire thing, it became a uniformed tone. I didn't have the splotchiness. And things just were blending extremely well. And so I was like, Eureka, I found it. This is what I love. And then when I put the colored pencils to it, my colored pencils would just, especially the Crayolas. Crayolas are drier than the Prismacolors, and people complain about them and stuff like that. Oh, it's a kiddie product, blah blah blah. Once I started using it with the baby oil, it changed it. I had used the baby oil with, and I was experimenting with, what is that called? Not Rose Art, the other competitor for Crayola. It'll come to me in a second. I hate their colored pencils, but I love their markers. It'll come to me in a second who their competitor is. I keep wanting to say Rose Art, but I don't think it's Rose Art. But anyway, I was using oil to try to try to control the flow of the marker. It's like once you can control the flow of the marker, you could do a lot more with it. And crap. Let's see, I'm having a hard time drawing it like this. Let me turn it back sideways. There we go. Gosh, it's driving me nuts. I can't remember the name. They're really super cheap. But anyway, that's the point of using the Yeah, so that was the point of using the baby oil. It just does a little bit extra than if you did it on dry paper. And then if you use a combination of the baby oil, the yeah, if you use a combination of the baby oil, the what's that stuff called? Like the Mona Lisa. Uh, I forget what that crap is called, but it's toxic as all hell. Um, if you use that, I mean, you could just do some amazing crap. And I had done a picture of Lupita Nyong'o, and I used that. I used this kind of paper, with treated with baby oil. I used the Mona Lisa stuff. It's like a solvent. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, words are hard on Wednesday. Holy crap! Mona Lisa solvent, and I was using that, and oh my gosh, the picture came out frickin' amazing. I also used it on crap, what's it called? The kid from Never Ending Story, Atreyu. And I should have used the original image because when I tried to use my, uh, like putting this over it, for some reason something shifted and his eyes got wonky. But other than that, the colors were just singing, and it was all Crayola. None of it was Prismacolor, and it just changes Crayola into Prismacolor on this kind of paper. Now, let me see if I can tone this up a bit. Ew! No, thank you. Too many people have done that. Plus, she's ugly. No. But thanks for the suggestion. No, will not draw Mona Lisa. However, I wouldn't mind drawing a few guys that look like her. Um, I've seen so many deviations, variations, and stuff like that of Mona Lisa. It just like no, the prospect of it just turns me off. Um, I'm one of those people that don't want to see the same thing over and over again. I don't want to see a variation of that same thing over and over again. I want to see something different. Uh, I am one of those people that if I do something, I'm going to like completely try to turn it on its head. If I'm going to do Mona Lisa, I'll do something like I want some humor in it. I want a story, and I want it to be kind of like my little story or a joke or something like that. Um, and even a parody of it, I'm still just kind of turned off by it. I don't know. I have a thing about messing with some of the classics. Um, there's a reason why they're classics. There's a reason why these guys are. But then again, I remember going to art school and they wanted us to, uh, we would examine the classics. Um, Crap, I'm trying to remember what this stupid thing on his arm looked like. Where art thou? Like, I like when people take the color tones, the color palettes, and do different things with them, but recreating the masterpiece is just kind of like, do your own work, type of thing. Do your own thing. And I think a lot of people, including myself, just need to do their own thing. And if that is recreating a classic, then I guess it's recreating a classic. But, with me, I'm like, nah, I'll pass. Not the Mona Lisa. I don't know. For some reason, that picture just does not do anything for me as far as desire in recreating it. Now, if there was like $1,000 involved with it, well, that'd be completely different. But I think I should stay in my lane. Be contemporary, do contemporary things, um, dabble a bit with the classics, or even try to innovate something of my own. Um, no, my head and desires are more in tune with, and these are kind of like my little dreams. Like I want to be able to go to a comic book convention and draw on, at the artist alley, draw on T-shirts like, what people want, and do it in 30 minutes. Like, I want the Hulk, or I want Sailor Moon as the Hulk, or something like that. Even if it's just black and white, I want to be able to do something like that. I want to recreate this cover with all the X-Men, and I will pay you blah 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 to do it. Whatever price that I set for, like $20 a face or $50 a face or whatever, some ridiculous cost. I don't know. Let me kind of dull that up a bit. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't want to draw Mona Lisas. I'm not in that pursuit of perfection and crap like that. I just want to draw really fun pictures that kind of appeal to me. Um, I'm not so much into drawing other people's stuff. Um, so like if I'm doing fan art, I like this kind of fan art where I can take it and just like naughty it up a bit. But drawing something like that's already established, I already have this thing about drawing other people's stuff. Like I don't draw from people's drawings. And it bothers me sometimes when I'm drawing anime because it's somebody else's drawing. It's somebody else's hand. It's their thing. I didn't, when I was a kid, I didn't mind doing it when I was a kid because that's pretty much how I learned how to draw, is drawing other cartoons and stuff, things that I liked at that time. But as I grew older, I put away childish things and was able to buy other childish things and moved on from there. No, but not to knock the Mona Lisa or anything like that. I just don't have a desire to draw uh, or recreate the classics unless I'm doing it like if I'm doing the Mona Lisa, I would do her with a little twist, like as a dog or something like that, or you know um, just something different. Um, but definitely would not try my hand at recreating the exact classic. It's just that idea is such a turn off to me. um, and yeah, and again, that's somebody else's artwork. It's somebody else's interpretation, and for some reason that just turns me off. When I come across like fan art of people's stuff, like say I want to do a Braveheart. If I come across a picture, no, or even better, what was it? Like I was coming across like Arya. She's one of my favorite Game of Thrones characters, and I came across so much damn fan art. I'm like, I am not recreating somebody else's fan art stuff. I want either the real girl to draw from, or I'll just need to just create it myself. But when you draw from someone else's stuff, you run the risk of not only, you know, uh, I don't know, their proportions may be off. And I come across that with anime and stuff. You've got crazy different proportions. You've got, it's just all. I'd rather draw from the real life type of thing, but what if your subject is a cartoon? Uh, I don't draw from other people's cartoons. I'll draw from the exact cartoon and then just change it from there. So like if I'm drawing Goku, I don't want to draw someone else's Goku. I don't want to draw from someone Instagram's Goku. I want to draw Goku from the actual cartoon. That way I've got all his contours, his correct colors, things like that. Same thing with like when I was doing Lion-O. I didn't want to draw someone else's interpretation of Lion-O, because you'll come across a lot of that. Um, I wanted to draw the exact Lion-O. So yeah, drawing the Mona Lisa is like drawing some from somebody else's thing. Now, if I was doing a study, like trying to get the tones and things like that, that I find is completely different. Um, where I'm trying to get that sort of thing going on, but nah, no Mona Lisa. Now I draw her brother. Now I'm in that mindset where I want to draw like more beefcake type pictures, more man froth pictures. And man froth is this term that a friend of mine, my best friend, had came up with back when we were working at a newspaper here in Tampa that now is no longer. And we are both a connoisseur of men. We love man watching, and we would come up with different terms. One of the terms that he came up with was man snatch, and it's what it is. It's the hair, like when a man wears a button-up shirt, like right here. Let me see. You probably can't even see it. Let me make sure I'm in the camera. When a man wears a button-up shirt, like right here, it forms this V shape, and if he's got like chest hairs that come out and he just can't hide it, even if he's got like a t-shirt, it still doesn't hold the hairs in. He always called it a man snatch. It's his own thing. And then the foam on top of coffee, we called that man froth, for various reasons. And so everything that I do that's like man type oriented type of thing, what is it called? Mansploitation is man froth. So I'm in that mode where I want to do, and I blame Julie for this. Julie, another subscriber, put into my head that I should do a calendar, like a not cheesecake. Cheesecake is women. A man froth calendar. Ha ha ha! You're so funny. You are like on point, Tattoo. Mona Lisa's ugly. Hell yeah, she's ugly. She's butt ugly. Oh, I love Koreans. Oh my god. Taeyoung. You know what? I wish I could pronounce their names as much as I moan them. No, I love Korean men. Oh my gosh. I love K-pop. I love the boyish look about these guys. It's like, it's not intimidating. It's not like, this is intimidating, but when you look at the Korean guys, they're not so intimidating. They're sexy, but they're not. One lady called it smexy. I don't know. I used to watch their Korean videos about Korea and stuff like that, and you know, I hate to say it, but yeah, I blame K-pop, I blame the K-dramas, you know, definitely have inspired me. I mean, it's just like, especially the K-dramas. There was one that I was watching where, oh God, it was innocent. Getting a kiss was innocent. Having a man show his chest like this was like, oh my gosh, I'm naked. You know, it's like, wait a minute, hold up. You know, it was just like, I don't want to say it was more pure, because I know there's a few of them that I was watching that wasn't that pure about them. But holding hands alone, or even confessing your feelings to somebody, you know, is a big deal. Or at least they make it out to be a big deal. You know, even, was it sharing a soda or something? Like, oh, it's an indirect kiss. I'm like, what the hell? Never thought of it like that. You know, and it's kind of like it brings back a bit of purity, and that you don't have nowadays. It's like, I had talked to my daughter when she was little. She had to be about like maybe 3 or 4 or something like that. And we got on the subject of going out on a date. And so she had it kind of nailed down. And I think a lot of her ideas came from TV because she was like, okay, when we go out on a date, we go and we'll go to a movie or go eat. And she was so cute about it. We're going to go eat. We'll go to a movie. Um, we'll talk. And then we'll go home and have sex. And we're like, no! Me and my mom, we're like, no, no, that's not how it works. It does in the movie. And we're like, oh no, where did she get this idea from? TV shows and stuff. American TV. And it was just like, wow. We'll just jump right on into sex, and then we'll go home and have sex. And I'm like, wait a minute. And at her age, when I was little, I was not even thinking about that. There was a TV show called what was it called? The dating, no, not dating game, the Newlywed Game. And their term for having sex was making whoopee. And when I was a kid, I used to watch that all the time because it came on in the afternoons, and they made funny sounds, and everybody was laughing, and every now and then it was funny. Um, and then I'm watching it, and I'm going, oh, making whoopee must be cool. And I'm thinking when they say making whoopee, I'm thinking they're saying stuff like, oh yeah, kids these days, but it's not their fault. Um, uh, I thought making whoopee was that they go to a hotel, because they always say going to a hotel or going to whatever when they go on their honeymoon. Um, and I thought that they would go to a hotel and hop on the beds, and they go whoopee. Whoopee was the sound that they would make, So when you and your wife make whoopee is one of the questions that they would start it off with. I would be like, oh, they're gonna hop on the bed now. I'm like, whatever these hotels are that have these whoopee beds, I thought that was the shit. It took me forever to realize that that's not what making whoopee means. And when I found out what whoopee actually meant, I'm like, ew, ew, that really? Ew, that's no fun. What? I'm not exactly sure when the epiphany came that when they were talking about making whoopee, it wasn't about jumping on a bed and having fun, because that was fun to me. And if I could do it with a guy that I love and I get married, it's like that's what we do. We're going to go home and we're going to jump on the bed. We're going to have fun. And I'm like, man, no wonder they're exhausted. Things like that. To be young and innocent again. Oh, Lord have mercy. Or stupid. One or the other. Whatever works. But yeah, that's what I thought making whoopee was. So she was a lot more sophisticated than I was at her age. A lot more. But then again, you didn't have the same kind of stuff on when I was younger than that they do now. I mean, kids, yeah, wow, yeah. It's incredible. It's almost scary to have a kid nowadays. The things that could happen to them. I mean, the things that could happen to kids now, we're much more aware of. So we try to be more prepared. It's almost like a rite of passage. If you can keep a human alive and unscathed until they turn 18, you've done your job. It's like, wow. So I think I'm a lot happier now that my kids are a little bit more grown and doing their own thing. Woof. That's a lot of pressure. Okay, so what's left? I want to do something to this band here, but I don't want it to be too... Let's see, I don't want to make the same mistake twice. One of the downsides to coating this with baby oil is that the paper you can't erase. You cannot erase. Whatever you get, you're stuck with. So what I'm going to do Oh, bada boom, bada bing. Is try to come up with a design and trace my design. Let's see. I need about that much space. So whatever I'm going to do needs to fit in this area. And let me see how far down it goes. About, it doesn't matter really, because I'm going to put it underneath. So whatever my design is, it has to fit in this kind of space. Okay. So I'll put that to the side and just kind of let that marinate in my head a little bit. And then let me put some music on. Yeah, kids these days. But yeah, I'll come up with a design in a sec. I just got to think about it. I think I'll work on this sword. Now, I got to remember that the sword is going to come out a little bit further, because right now it's pretty short. Let's see. This isn't a straight edge, but it's the straightest I got in my paw. Let me use a gray. Gray. And then I'll color it in kind of like black or something like that. Yeah, the sword that he was using in the movie was pretty freaking huge. Not guts huge, but it was freaking huge. Okay, and it's got to come down kind of to a point. But now that I'm thinking about it, it should be in a scabbard of some sort. I don't think it'll be loose. So we'll make this kind of like into a scabbard of some sort. We'll have that be gray. All this down here is going to be dark. So like from here down is all going to like kind of fade into darkness. And then up above, I think about up to about here will be kind of lit up. And then I'll have that be dark. So kind of like all the edges will be kind of dark. And just like in this neck of the woods, as if somebody threw a light at us. Or something, maybe a light from behind. We'll have like some of the landscape. And gotta let you know, Julie, if you're watching it all, I don't do landscapes. That's one thing that I usually do not do. So, trying me, woman. You're trying me. You're testing my skills. Holy crap, are you testing me? Okay. And if anything, if this sword was as heavy as I'm thinking it would be, it definitely, unless this thing is tight, would be hanging a lot lower. Okay, so we got that behind him. But let me do the backgrounds here too, get that out the way. How do people be having 3 head and I'm here with a 4.5 head? Blame your mother! Blame your mother, it's all the mom's fault. But seriously, yeah, genetics. Mom is who decrees who goes bald or not. It's on her side. If your papa had good hair on his side of the family, as long as his mom doesn't carry that male pattern baldness gene, you should be in good shape. Okay, so because I don't know anything about the Scottish Highlands, other than it's green and brown, I'm going to see if I can find a couple pictures that would probably fit for us. Oh yeah, gorgeous. I'm gonna do an abstract landscape. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, but it doesn't have. Okay, I've got let me see if I can just draw some of the stuff that I'm seeing here. And I'm going to kind of monkey up some of the scenes here. Let's see if the horizon usually corresponds with the eyes, because I think that's what people see. Oh, let me get out of... I want music, because I can hear my voice. Yuck. Okay, so since his hair is kind of lit up like this, we'll kind of have it be kind of like an abstract. We're gonna be Bob Ross today. Okay, so we'll try to channel him. I've got a fluffy sky here, fluffy sky, with tinges of blue, but we'll have kind of like a blue-gray kind of action going on here. So I've got a bit of gray, and this is a Crayola gray. Let's see. We've got a beautiful little lonely mountain right here. Let me channel a little bit more of my Bob here. And a little bit like that. So we will go get of it a little happy. We'll make it a little happier gray there. With a little bit there. Now, in this scene, there is no green. This is all along a coast, and of which they didn't show in the movie. They pretty much stayed inland. So we have a lot of mountains here. And the time of day is sunset. That way we can get away with what we did to his hair. Poor thing. And so here's the sun. We'll give it some nice diffused orange. Orange red. And we'll just have it play around like that. There are some clouds up here. And we'll just keep it nice and soft and fluffy. Now we need to break up the sky and the cloud with some of the white here. We got a little bit of white on the mountaintop. It says the little, in this independent travelcats.com, I'm looking at a little mountain. There we go. And we're not going to spread any of the, because we get a nice little mountain going on here. Oops, little mountain range. And we'll just keep staggering our pencils, layer in color, layer in color. And it gets a little bit of the light from the sun going down. So we know what fun things happen when that happens. Haha. There we go. Now this mountain is in front of that mountain, and it extends that far. And I can see a hint of green right here. it'll be a little bit more diffused. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit more diffused than that. A little darker. And we'll dull it up. And now this is a little bit gray. Okay, and then we'll throw some rocks in there, just pressing a little harder, keeping our pencil lines tighter. And just make it a little bit more rocky, or a little bit more dense with the green. It's kind of hard to tell. This picture's like this big, about this big. So that is what I'm working with. This is my extent. Okay, so we're going up the mountain, and we'll just use a little bit of the diffused gray going up this little mountain, and a little bit of the green. And we'll just keep the lines kind of jagged and rolling, so it will simulate little trees, little bushes, little foliage. But we'll keep it kind of vague by putting more of the gray on. Keeping it vague, keeping it vague. But it also catches a little kiss of the light there. Okay, so in all the areas that I left white around this yellow sun receding into the let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and add my orange here. This is, I don't know what color this is. Oh my god, I can't read. Oh, sorry, yellowed orange. Yellowed orange. And then it starts to fade up into blue. A very pale gray blue over in this neck of the woods. Okay, Julie, if this comes out great, I love you. If it comes out like shit, I still love you, but I'll be wincing kind of like your honey getting tattooed. Because, woman, you inspire me and scare me. Because I don't usually do this sort of thing. So we'll just give it that. And then it starts to come up to a purple and a blue. So let's go ahead and throw a little bit of that in there. And I'm also mixing Crayolas with Prismacolor. Crayolas are really, I don't want to say dull, but they're more flat in tone. So whereas the Prismacolor is vibrant, the Crayola will dull it up a little bit. Okay. So while I have all that going on, I'm going to use my applicator that has baby oil on it and just kind of work it around. So not only is it picking up some of the colors that are on here. Oh shit, it's almost time to go. It's 6:22. Okay, you guys. I'm freaking up the sky. No worries. It just needs some baby oil on it. We'll throw some more yellow. And some more blue. A little sliver here. Sit up on top of some of these clouds. And then I'll throw some more highlights on top of the clouds. And we're going to have a bit of a Scottish Highland. There's a little bit of a house there, but you know what? Bump that house. Lucky bastards to be out there. I bet it's so freaking lovely. Oh, sorry, Bob Ross wouldn't talk like that. Let's see. We'll also have our little pig sticker here. Catch a little bit of the sun. Just a hint of it. And maybe even a little bit of orange. It's a happy sword. If your sword isn't happy, then you need to make it happy. Okay. Let's see. And then it gets darker down here. And then I'll just have everything like kind of come to like a darkness or warm brown or something like that. Do not know yet. Haven't gotten that far. Okay. Now if I was trying to be cute, oh, no, I'm not going to be cute today. I was going to throw some like light whatever's coming down, like little rays or something. Let's see, there is a little mountain in the back here, just peeking, looking at everything and seeing what's going on. Let's see, we'll throw a little bit of the white in there, and then we'll blend like the wind, but ever so lightly. And where'd it go? Shoot. Looking for the big fat blending stump. I'm not fat, I'm pleasant plump. Okay, let's see, we'll just go ahead and blend some more. Getting rid of some of our fingerprints. Keeping it delightfully abstract. And then after we do that, we'll come back again, maybe add a little bit more definition. But we shall do that tomorrow. Alrighty, I will post another Discord link tomorrow to invite you to Discord if you like to be heard and not type. Thank you guys so much for coming. I've got like 5 minutes to hurry up and get off this. But hopefully we will be done tomorrow. I'll have a little design created to place right here, and then we'll try to figure out what we want to do back here, and then maybe I'll just darken it here and then just spread it out, and I'll show you what the magics of baby oil on this kind of paper. This is Bristol paper. And thank you guys for popping in and saying hi. Tattooed Hearts, you crazy little beast, you. Stay warm, but do not overheat yourself by wearing all those damn hoodies. And I will see you guys on the morrow. Here is where we are thus far. And I hope I catch you guys later. If you haven't already, like and subscribe if you feel froggy. If not, I understand. Do what you have to do. Bad work should not be rewarded. But this is where we are so far. So we fixed Mel's head a bit. Took one of the 5s off. You know, 4 head, 5 head, 6 head. We took some of it down, and it made him a little bit more youthful. We've added a little bit more highlights around the edges. We've darkened the bottom part. I could kind of give him a bulge, but nah, that's another picture. That's for another day. So I'm going to go ahead and continue tomorrow on stream. And I'll try to sound like Bob, but failing. We'll make more happy clouds. You guys have a great one, and thanks again for joining me. And I will see you on the morrow. We'll play more bagpipe music and just annoy the crap out of each other. Take care. And we'll just do another quick peek. I know, right? Terrible. I have to work on my Bob Ross. I got his afro, though. Take care, you guys.